I'm not gonna worry about
Just
the
press
title.
Y. Yep. All right. Hola, bonjour, hello.
Hello, everyone.
¿Cómo estás, mi amigos?
All that good stuff.
In all the languages. Welcome to Conversations Overheard.
Bienvenidos.
So,
What does that mean?
Welcome.
Oh, okay. What is it?
bienvenidos.
Bienvenidos.
Okay. All right, guys, we are here tonight, honey, with a good topic.
We are.
The
Carrie,
royalty treatment.
Why don't you introduce this one?
I just did.
Oh, did you?
Just
Oh, did you? Okay.
okay. Do it again.
But this is a show that we definitely have needed to have, and it talks about the royalty treatment when someone is basically put into a position where, because of their stature in the relationship, whatever that might be, they are treated royally, for lack of a better word.
Excuse me one second.
Oh, you turned it off. Go ahead.
So they are treated royally, and this actually stems from a story about, was it Gucci Mane?
Gucci Mane and Keisha Cure. I don't know if that's her. How
His
you
wife.
pronounce her last name.
Yeah.
There
His
you go.
wife.
His wife.
And it was, for those of you all that don't know the story, he found himself where he was facing incarceration for a period of time. And during that time, he turned over $3 million before he actually went in to do his time to his wife. His wife took care of that money and actually doubled it to $6 million. And he has, since he's been home, he's been very appreciative. He's definitely shown her a lot of act right according to what he said. And she has set it up to where, because he is the breadwinner, and I don't know if that's the only reason, but she set it up to where all he has to really do is shower. She takes care of everything, and I mean, quite honestly, she's demonstrated that she has a good acumen for making sure that things get done and get done the right way.
And she's done an interview. I don't remember the platform of who she was talking to. But she did an interview on a podcast and said, I take care of everything. And she was very proud of the fact that her man is very well taken care of. Literally, all he has to do is take a shower. She's like, I manage the house. I take out his clothes. I make sure everything is good for him and comfortable with him. For him, meals are ready. He has to do nothing. So people are chiming in on social media and saying, like men are like, oh yeah, women need to be more proactive, but then women coming back are saying, yeah,
You need to provide.
exactly. If you give the level of care that he is giving her, because he takes very good care of her, very good care of her, and not just aesthetically, but just like he makes it clear that this is my wife, this is my woman, and she's my forever person. And they seem to be a very happy couple. They do everything together, and women are saying, if you want that level of treatment, then you have to give it as well. You can't be out here, just hoeing and, not wanting to claim me, and then think that I'm going to provide you the royal treatment.
Can I say something real quick about just the back story here? Because he has gone away, he's been to prison, that's a whole different entity of having someone hold you down while you're away, someone who has proven to be truly your ride or die. And in this case, someone who not only took care of the finances, but doubled the income.
With good investments,
doubled
things like that, yeah.
the assets. And so you compare that situation to somebody who is just, Jack, who works at, I don't know, Home Depot, and he's like, yeah,
not that there's anything wrong with working at Home
right,
Depot.
but I'm just saying,
yeah,
the income levels are
Right.
different, the situations are different. Maybe that Home Depot worker has not been put away. Maybe he hasn't had the same situation. So that kind of situation, I think, changes people anyway. If you have someone who's still on the outside waiting for you, you are probably a lot more appreciative. And she's proven herself to be that woman.
yeah.
And in his eyes, his woman. But again, king treatment deserves you have to earn it. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure that Jack from Home Depot or anybody else, who's not providing and making sure that I don't have to work, I don't have to um, just be dog tired doing what I have to do for us, the family, meaning everything, cook, clean, work, laundry, kids, and all you have to do is pretty much nothing. You have to be able to provide a lifestyle for me that I would be able to do all those things and still not be exhausted. And that's going to come with $3 million probably, because I can have somebody cook. I can have someone help me with the mansion that we probably live in. I can have someone, help my kids with their homework and science projects. And yes, cater to your every need. Make sure that I can cut your hair, shave your legs, shave your beard and back.
You get the back too?
Listen, I will get the back. If you provide everything where my life is just comfortable,
Right.
sure, I'll shave your back. And clip your toenails.
That's huge.
Because she still makes the investments, but basically she doesn't, I don't think from what I have read, and certainly it's not like I know her, but from what I've read, she just, she looks good for him, and he still trusts her to invest.
It's a chicken and an egg. I mean, you
I
definitely
trust her to invest.
Right.
it's a chicken and the egg. I mean, you made a good point that he has to be able to provide a level of service that can get him what he wants. And it's also, she has to be willing to do the things given that level of service. And it's always, a give and take. I want to do it, but I don't have the money to, support you. I want to do it, but I don't have the time to cater to your every need. And in a lot of cases. So it's this is kind of a perfect scenario. You have somebody that has a level of need, and you have a person that's willing to provide the things to that person to give them enough runway to do it.
But let me ask you this, Gary. So we're talking about, so it seems to me from the way the conversation is going, is that the royal treatment is only given to men who have millions of dollars, who retire their women from the workforce in some way. So does that mean that blue collar guys don't deserve or don't ever receive or shouldn't receive the royalty treatment, or does it just look different?
It looks
them?
different.
Yeah.
I'm saying I would agree with it. It looks different. I mean, I know people that their wives really kind of take care of them in a lot of ways. This is an extreme example, but I know women that make sure that their husband's lunch is packed, that his clothes are clean, that the bills are paid, and I mean, she may or may not be working every day herself.
Okay.
I've always felt in relationships, certain things are territorial in terms of, there's no specific role that a person can have. I mean, I may be a very high-powered person, but I'm not good at choosing schools.
Mm-hmm.
I may be a very paid person, but I'm kind of horrible at paying bills.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, organically in any relationship, two people have to understand the things that they do well and find that space that allows to do those things. The royal treatment, I think that's an extreme. That's like, man, I want somebody with Bill Gates' money. It's like 4 of them dudes.
That's what I was thinking, like the royalty treatment, it has to happen on different, it has to be, like people say, it's levels to this. It's gotta be levels to
I
this.
feel like it is levels to this.
Yeah.
Levels and degrees.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I can give you the royalty treatment up to our means.
Right.
You know what I mean? I can't
Right.
I can't do everything, and
Right.
neither can you, apparently.
So,
Right.
You know what I mean?
so that begs the question, if a person had, royalty treatment money, could you provide that service?
I would.
Yeah, she said she
Yeah.
could.
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
She said she'll be shaving backs. She
We were trying to like
Forget
let the
that.
biting toenails.
I ain't say biting toenails. I said clip.
Somebody got I see some hairy backs out there, you gonna have a rake.
Oh my gosh.
So I think that begs the question I have to ask you. Could you provide the royal treatment to someone?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's in your nature to nurture and take care of and wife and all those, if you
That was
just
a
are
dig
that
at me.
person,
That was a dig at me because Janae always says that because I was married for so long, I'm just used to being a wife that when I date, I
you don't even have to be dating. It could be she wifing her girlfriend's child. She gonna
I
wife
wife. I
other
take
people's
care.
kids.
I take care of everything. She's. Oh, sorry, Gary. So she always says I wife everybody. So
Your kid can sneeze. She don't even know. Oh my goodness, let me wipe your nose. No, but it's a wonderful thing. But that is a
Get
nurture.
my neti pot.
Right. Exactly. So it's just like if you are that person, it's in you to want to do it. But you can only do it to the degree that you can do it. If you have a 40-hour job, you can't hold your husband up and bathe him and shower him
right,
and still be at work on time.
right.
You know, and be functional. Maybe you could. Maybe if you got up at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, and you started. And then cook and clean and screw. And you just can't do it all. You can't do it all, but you can do it up to your means.
Right.
And it's in your heart to
Right.
want to do it.
Right.
Again, like Gary said, we all have our strengths and weaknesses basically. You know, what you're good at, I might not be good at. What I'm good at, you might not be good at. I don't like to.
Or maybe I have to grow into those things, you know, because I mean, we could both start out and we're both horrible at paying bills, but we find a system or a way that it works. So not everything is going to be a perfect storm where, you know, here's a need and here's your ability to fill that need. Some things have to kind of grow and we have to find out and we have to hopefully make the mistakes on a small scale so we can do things on a bigger level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know, my thing is this: like, if both people are working, both people are obviously their incomes are needed to maintain the lifestyle that they have. You can't. To me, I don't think it's fair for all the traditional roles that once were in place because the woman didn't work, because the man was the provider. You know what I mean? The woman did stay home. She did take care of the household. She did iron all the clothes. She washed all the dishes. She cooked all the meals. She did everything. She probably paid all the bills too because he brought his check home.
Mm-hmm.
So she wore a lot of hats. Hopefully, she wore a lot of hats. Yeah, hopefully she didn't embezzle the little money that they had.
I mean, you know, man, there was a fight every payday with my grandparents because, you know, man, he was like, he did not understand come straight home on payday.
Oh,
He's like, I gotta kick it.
stop at the bar.
I mean, I don't know what he was doing, but he came home with short money apparently because she was not happy.
But for the men who feel, and there are some, and you know them because you attest to being a male chauvinist, but maybe not to that degree, where it comes, you know, all right, now you gotta do this, you gotta do that, and I want it done, and I want my dinner on the table as soon as I walk in. As a matter of fact, I want my bath drawn. You know, you don't do all of that. But there are some men that still exist that expect for the woman, even if they're dating, expect for when you come over and visit that you should be sweeping and cooking and,
everything.
you know, getting the crumbs off the. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't, you know.
Everybody's not deserving of that.
Everybody
let's say put that
certainly
out
isn't,
there.
yeah.
Everybody is just not deserving of because you can be the most giving and nurturing person, and then people will they will take advantage of that.
That 100%
Yeah.
will. And I didn't read the comments that you were
I didn't either.
that you were talking about, but the women
No,
who
I
were
didn't
clapping
read the
back and the men who were clapping.
Oh, I've seen other interviews. Yes, I saw the interview.
I'm wondering if the women who were like responding were like, well, what are you doing? What are you providing
Right,
to make my life easier so that I can make your life,
right,
you know, golden?
right.
It's definitely going to be a point of dissension because, you know, there are a lot of women out here that are doing it all by themselves. So they feel like, man, you know, they truly want to help me. And for somebody to come in saying that, you know, man, okay, I can make some things better and, you know, but here's a list of demands. I mean, the list of demands doesn't work from either side. I mean, we hear from women, you know, he's got to be 6 feet tall. He's got to make
Well, that's not a demand. That's just a.
I mean, but there's people that's living at it. I mean, if you listen to some of these younger
You gonna
people,
stretch them? You gotta be sick. Call me when you grow up. Well, what are you gonna do?
But if you
Just
listen
don't find
to
somebody
some of these younger people, you know, just listen to a 19 to 30-year-old.
Mhm.
And listen to just look at the videos.
I've seen the
Yeah,
it's
and he got to be this.
It's
and
unbelievable.
I'm looking at them like, you got on a $200 weed and you want $1 million man.
It's unbelievable.
And the man that you want.
Yeah, but we're talking about your man already, not somebody's wish list.
But I'm saying that the demand sometimes can be outrageous. I mean, it's even outrageous for anyone to think that there's this idealized man that can provide that. I mean, most men can. Most men need a helpmate on some level. There are a few rich people. There are a few people that are very well off. But for the most part, most relationships are going to have this conversation. Baby, I need you to help me. I need you to work with me. Here's the things I can do.
100%.
Here are the things I can't do.
And that should not be like taboo. Like it should be.
Well, even with the royal treatment, that conversation exists. Because the assistance is needed. They help each other. They have to, in order for them to to join their lives and make room for each other. She's making his life easier. He's making her life easier.
So is Keisha changing oil? Is she doing all this too? I mean, is she getting under the car and fixing flats?
Okay, changing oil might be a little bit much, but is she killing spiders?
I don't believe either one of them are doing any of that.
Okay. No, because I mean, I have a lot of female friends that that they have a phobia about spiders.
But they don't have to do it because they have $6 million in the
I was
bank.
going to say because they
Again,
have
right.
They can call orchid.
And that was my point. He's providing all the things that makes her life easy to make your life golden. You don't have to, but she's not literally, oh shit, I gotta go fix the flat so he can get,
Right.
he can get to the gym.
Right.
No.
The cars on bricks.
Right.
Hello, the boy, yes.
So yeah,
504 Pinecrest.
their level of care certainly looks different
Looks different.
from most people's level of care, most couples, but it's still there. And I think the royalty treatment, to address our original question, I think it does still exist. I think for many people, I don't know if many people have found it, but if it's in you to give it, I think it still exists.
I think it exists, but I think that a lot of things have to happen first. I don't.
I believe in that too.
And as a man, and I was raised by some very strong women, and they taught me, that you have to be able to take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You have to, tradition. Yeah, tradition was kind of out of the window. You had to know how to wash clothes. We're not going to require that you do it every time, each time, or even correctly for that matter in some cases. You're going to have to know how to cook.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to know how to clean.
Mm-hmm.
The basic necessities of life. You need to understand how to do it.
Yeah. And
Mom was right.
Grandma, you had aunties. There were a lot of strong life that instilled some very great values in me, but I don't think a lot of people are getting that these days.
Well, I think
Why
it's
is that?
unreasonable.
Why is that?
I think that, my guesstimation, because I have no science behind this, but I think that a lot of parents from a period of time wanted to give their children everything. And we did not stress the value of work. We did
So
not.
you handicap them.
Yeah,
Or they
you cripple them. And you can just handicap you. I see children, and for those of you all that don't know, I work kind of quasi in a college environment. And how many times these children go places they don't know how to wash. They don't even know how to clean the bathroom.
I was guilty of some of that. I mean, like driving my kids everywhere, and I realized that if I drove them all 4 blocks away, they would not know how to get home.
How did you remedy that? Because I know that you did not let that stay like that.
No, but I realized they would have been like, "Oh my God," But yeah, I had to literally show them okay, this is the directions. You don't drive, but this is how you get here. This is the east, west, north, south. The numbers get bigger, the numbers get smaller, and things that honestly I don't know if I really understood it all until I had my first job and had a territory of how the grid worked in Chicago. You know what I mean? But they had to
How
learn.
does this relate to the
He was just saying that
I'm just saying with that.
Oh.
Both of you. does that relate to? I mean, I'm genuinely asking because I don't understand how this plays a part.
It plays a part because, I was saying that I learned how to do things, so I became self-sufficient in a lot of ways. So I don't know that even the royal treatment will work for me because I want to do some of those things.
You want some independence.
I want some independence. I understand the value of them. I have become somewhat of a snob. I want my clothes washed and folded a certain way, so I have to do that myself. And I don't know that I would want to put all of that responsibility. I'm a decent cook, so I'm gonna probably do a lion's share of the cooking.
Yeah.
So
the royalty treatment for you would just look different from maybe what
other people are requiring.
Yeah,
absolutely.
it may look different for you, but I think you would still appreciate it.
I would appreciate you doing a lot of stuff for me, but I mean, I need to be engaged at some level because it keeps me engaged in ways that I need to be outside of you and I.
Because if you didn't have to, if a woman came along, let's say Oprah, and said, I know, right? I knew your face would light up.
Girl.
If she came up and said, you know what, Gary, you don't have to work anymore. You can cook all day and ride a different Harley every day of the week.
Be like, Stamina gonna still be there?
Would you even care?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, because we don't give Stamina enough credit. Stamina probably hurt me. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no little guy.
No, he isn't. So that would be the royalty treatment for you. Retiring you from having to work. You can sleep. You can get on the grill, play with your killer dog, and have a Harley for each day of the week.
I mean, I just wasn't raised like that. I need to do something. I need to do something that's sustaining. I need to.
But you would get to choose that, not because you had to, but because you wanted to, and that's the difference.
But I never was raised that I'm gonna depend on any one person. I'm always gonna have something that I'm doing that I have the ability to control my destiny to some level.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not in a mental position where I can surrender like that.
Let me ask you a question. Would you agree or disagree that some men require the royal treatment because they have been handicapped or crippled and they actually need it to be able to exist?
Yes.
They need somebody.
I
They
think
need a mom.
I think so.
You know,
I think that some men are not even looking for wives; they're looking for maids,
mothers
nurses, and mothers.
Yeah. So that those people, independence, shit, I don't want no person that.
Yeah.
I want someone to do everything, and
Yeah.
not necessarily somebody who's like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
can do everything.
that's why I asked
Yeah.
you guys why, or you, because you were talking about it. I asked why do you think that it doesn't exist? Because I believe that. I believe that 100% that I think many women, the women who want to get married, because certainly I've met a lot of women who don't. They're just choosing, like they feel very frustrated with the treatment that they're getting from men our age and dating, and they feel like men aren't very honest and forthcoming with how they are approaching monogamy. So, as a matter of fact, I had a conversation with an acquaintance who told me that she met a woman, decided she was going to get into a relationship with a guy, and she had sex for the first time and got herpes. So, first time with this guy, not first time ever. But so it's just a lot of people are not being forthcoming. So a lot of people are choosing to stay single at this age. Whole different conversation. But as far as men choosing to, the way they're living their lives, I just don't see that a lot of people are going to be giving their whole selves to that type of relationship and then getting the royalty treatment. It took me a long time to get that out.
I
I
see.
got it now. I was like,
I see a lot of women that would take a really good run at it, and to your earlier point, men are gonna do what they're allowed to get away with. There is an audience somewhere for everybody's BS.
and to me, there is the fear in the royalty treatment. Like,
Yeah.
If you keep giving and giving and giving and giving, and I don't have to do anything, man, the hunt is gone. The chase is gone. The cat and mouse. You are just
So maybe
Plus-
it shouldn't be for a dating relationship. Maybe it should
not
be
even
for
just a marriage. Men, no matter if they're married or not, they still want some sort of, I don't know, excitement. You know, it's going to be very routine if you're doing everything for me all the time. All right, I gotta get up. Okay, she's about to bathe me. I'm about to eat.
But let's talk about the
About to
elephant.
get dressed.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. A woman is of that mindset or not of that mindset, and she does. And this fool goes out and still cheats on her. Then what?
The royalty treatment is off.
The funeral was on.
No, seriously, the royalty treatment is no longer happens. You have
Right.
to,
Earn it.
and in order for me to give
It's
you
like rent, though.
everything,
You have to keep paying the rent. You can't just pay it like
Right.
I paid in April.
right?
Ooh, it's September,
Right.
okay?
In order for me to give you everything and to give you my whole heart, for me to give you my body, my heart, I have to trust you. So when that is gone, the royalty treatment is off. Until I am comfortable, until you've made me trust you again. But that takes a lot of work, and I don't think a lot of men are ready for that level of dedication.
Work.
The level
Or
It's a lot of work in rebuilding trust.
It's
Or
a lot of work.
there's some woman out there that doesn't require all of that work. You know, that's
That's right.
that's
So
the-
it's easier just to
you
move
know
on.
that's the you know the other elephant in the room. That, yeah, there's certainly some woman that's willing to do it, but there's also man, there are some guys that probably require it on some level. But I just he cheats on her, she does all of that. I think that a lot of people have a fear of if I do all of this and then, or they've
You feel
already
like I've been played. I've been played.
right, or you're
yeah.
scarred from having been
Yeah,
played.
right.
So
Right.
I
Then
think
you're dealing with all the jaded women in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of them. But at the end, not just the
They all
ones
know-
that you know,
they
right?
all- They all know
Right.
Gary.
oh
They all got the G
Oh, no,
written on
yeah.
their forehead,
Yeah.
like scarlet
Oh,
letter.
wow, this is like who knew?
G5G.
No,
All in the
but
same sorority.
honestly, women naturally, I think, want to take care of their men. Everybody
Yeah.
just wants to put forth the effort.
Yeah.
And sometimes, even if you aren't getting it back, we are trying to show you by example, right? I feel like if I show you, then you can catch on. And if you don't catch on, then guess what? You're just not my person.
I don't think that all women. I think that there's a segment of the population that does.
I didn't say all as an absolute.
You did say all.
I said
But I knew what you meant.
women. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do think that for the most part, women are nurturers by nature. Most of them.
I think so too.
But it's also these anti-women. Like I don't need you. I don't want you. I'm not taking
Well, they
care.
certainly aren't giving
I'm not-
nobody the role.
But I still think
not
that
your
those
mama.
men may have, those women may have a tough exterior, but I think that they still feel like I want somebody, because nobody wants to die alone. I just think that companionship is natural. I mean, going back to Noah's Ark.
Yeah, I don't think they
2
want
by
to
2.
be alone either. They
Yeah.
just want someone who's going to fit
And
their,
they're frustrated with,
their profile.
yeah. So even those women who are just like, fuck you, I can do it by myself. I'm,
But
I
that's-
still,
That's a place of hurt.
that's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think that those women who they may appear to be tough and hardened, that they still want someone. If they could find someone that was going to, soft stroke them and be kind and appeal to their feminine side, that they would let their guards down for their appropriate person.
I so hope that you're right, but I met my share of scarred women that
And that's a lot of work for a man too.
yeah
To have to do all
men
that.
just don't stand a chance.
I mean, relationships are work in general, but to have a whole bunch of like I gotta patch you up because you bleeding out from 5 different spots from
Yeah.
past relationships. That's just a lie. I said go fix yourself, come back, and nobody should have to take on all that.
Hopefully.
Not if you grow. We all have choices. Make a choice to love yourself. I'm a big believer in therapy, so go lay on somebody's couch, get fixed, and be married. But yeah, royalty treatment. I believe it exists. I believe that some men have very unreasonable expectations because they can't provide what is needed to even fathom that they should be getting the royalty treatment.
They can't provide emotionally or
Any of it.
financially.
Any of it. She says she feels safe. She's good. He's taking care of her.
I know men who can provide financially, but emotionally they are just train wrecks.
And so will she be eventually. Yeah.
I've met a few guys in my life that have really gotten very close, if not the royalty treatment. And it always was remarkable to me how they kept finding these women
To do it.
to do it. Like, man, are they like cousins? On the same street?
Oh my God.
I mean, did they go to a certain high school? I mean, what was it? And you would go over the house. Right, you would go over the house. Baby, your slippers are right there. I made you dinner and I put it in the microwave. And you're like, oh, okay, that's cool. He got some good stuff going. And I already poured you a drink because I know, you told me you were bringing somebody. I made a little extra. And I'm like, oh, this is really great. Your clothes are folded, your lunch is she got sisters. What's going on here? I mean, so there's certainly a segment of the population that is receiving it. And
that woman was trying to get married.
But it wasn't just her. It was a whole bunch of women. It was like
they were all trying to get married to him.
He all
something was
not
really
he
good
because it was more than one, but these guys always were able to locate those women.
It's an aura. We attract the same kind of people over and over and over again.
And I mean, these guys weren't like setting the world on fire financially. One was a mechanic.
They were setting something on fire.
I believe that we attract a lot of different people. I think we entertain the same type of people.
We attract them though.
I think we
attract many different people.
But I think that we
entertain.
attract what we project.
Yes.
Because
I agree with that too.
we and sometimes we don't always know what we're projecting because it's like you meet people all the time. You're like, I don't know why I keep getting these people.
I think we attract different types of people, but because of who we are, we choose to entertain the ones that are who we are inside.
I believe more in energy, and I believe that you cast this energy out there, and there's a segment of the population that is looking for that energy. And when they know it, when they see it,
They
they
can
don't
smell
have
it.
to take a taste it. It's palpable.
Yeah.
So they know it, and they are able to to search it out, to find it, to grow it, to make it blossom, and
Or to take advantage of it.
yeah, or to take advantage. But I mean, in the case of a person that because a lot of times we our first reaction is to what we see and what we think that we know.
Right.
And so we find that out, and then you get into that situation, you find out, oh, whoa, I made a mistake. This wasn't what I thought it was.
Right.
You are not who I was looking for. And that situation happens at some interval, at some period of time. But I think that we definitely, I think the energy that we put out there, people see it, people feel it,
I agree.
people experience it. And, you can put 20 people in a room, and the 3 people that are like-minded are going to kind of find each other, or they're going to be able to gravitate to that energy.
So let me say this. Janae is a beautiful woman. If Janae walked into a room with 15 different types of men,
It's okay, you can smile, I'm a very funny guy.
15.
whether the men may be former professional athletes, bankers, accountants, different levels of, all of them would likely be attracted to her. But because of who she is, she would choose to entertain the person that is most like her, or that who she feels she is. So you don't just attract who you think you are. You're attracting more than that. It's who you see. It's who you entertain.
So they would, I mean, we don't know each other. We're just walking into a room and basing everything on looks, basically, at this point.
it's a,
Because you
it's
said attractive, but I mean, are we having conversations? Are
I'm
they knowing me? Are
just,
they just looking at me?
yeah, so we're not doing just a literal thing. It's just like, I don't believe that you attract what you are, or whatever it is that you just said.
Energy.
I do believe in energy.
But
I do believe that, like, I attract different types of people, but who I see and who I am attracted to, like who I give my energy to, may be a type of person that I feel that I am, whether it's good or bad.
but I think that energy is just free flowing, and I think that
We are energy. That's
right. But
that's not even subjective.
but I mean, both of you all are beautiful women. So if guys come in there, they're gonna see you right away, like, oh yeah, you know, Kim or Janae or you know, blah 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 blah. But I think it's gonna be the energy that's gonna be like, man, you know, her smile, the way that she walks, she's, you know, her laugh.
Many men would feel that way.
But
And some women.
but I think that at some point, the energy is going to be the thing that makes a person lean in. The energy is going to be the thing that makes a person.
All 15 would lean in. It's who she entertains. Because it's not about who is attracted to you, it's who you entertain.
So you're saying what Gary has said years ago at this point, women do the choosing, because that's what you're saying.
I don't, not just for women, men
I
too.
mean, in this scenario,
So I'm not
women
saying,
do the choosing.
I'm
Or
not
I
saying,
would, in this
I'm
scenario.
not saying women, I'm saying people. Is, you know, we choose the same people.
You ever hear the example, people always say, I don't know how she keeps ending up with these abusive ass men, how she keeps being in these abusive relationships.
How she keeps finding
How
it.
does she keeps finding it? But she's not, excuse me, do you beat women? Yeah, come on.
Yeah,
Lucy.
not
No,
nice
no,
guy.
but she
That's
just-
the one behind.
But
the baseball
somehow,
bat.
some way, her energy and what they pick up on is that she's easily manipulated.
It's
and
because
if
her
she's-
low self-esteem
But they-
feels like she can't do
But
it.
she's putting that out there and they're looking for that and they find each other. So even though she may be drop dead beautiful in a room with 15 people and all of them may say she's an attractive woman but may not be attracted to her because of the energy she's putting out. They feel like she's small in her mind
She's
and in herself.
many people are attracted to her. It's who she entertains.
I don't know.
It's who she entertains. Many
I think
people.
I hear you, but I just, you know, and I feel that's your opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We don't agree, but I'm right.
I will sit here in the middle in case there's
I'm right
violence.
with you too.
In case there's violence.
No. All right. Well, anything else you got to say about royalty treatment here?
Well, I mean, it's good work for, you know, somebody that needs it and can get it, and, you know, good luck to them. God bless them, and you keep finding these 4 women that are gonna do it, you know, man, wow.
These 4 women.
Right, they
I
all.
will also say this. I would put one last thing out here. I am a nurturer. Now, I don't know if I'm necessarily a wifer, but I am definitely a nurturer. And it makes me feel good to nurture. So there are things that I'm going to do in a relationship, not because I want you to do them back, but just because it makes me feel good to do them, right? Not saying I wouldn't like for you to do them back. Maybe I do want you to do them back, but regardless of if you do, if you don't, I'm going to do it because it's who I am, right? So